Coming up tonight on 18 Eyewitness News.
The Farmington City Council is scheduled to vote on ordinances aimed at bringing a major retailer to Farmington. Also, should St. Francis County move to first-class status? Plus, potential business owners can get a boost from Southeast Missouri State. All of these stories, and when will we see the sun again?
News, sports, weather. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins. Tonight's top story, a public hearing on the creation of a Community Improvement District, or CID, for the former Value City building is on the agenda of the Farmington City Council tonight. Under the proposed CID, half of the new sales tax revenue would be directed into the CID fund to offset remodeling and building improvements. Now, the monies collected by the CID are capped at $1 million. In addition, if the business exceeds projections, there is a clawback mechanism to reduce the amount of the CID. City Administrator Greg Beavers adds that the new anchor store could create a positive ripple effect.
The major tenant that is presently under consideration would occupy approximately 60,000 square feet of a 76,000 square foot store. So that leaves an opportunity for the developer to fill that space with maybe a couple other junior tenants on the site, or maybe even 3, depending on their space requirements. And because of the draw of a major tenant, we hope that some of the other vacant properties in Maple Valley and in that vicinity over the next 2 to 3 years will begin to fill.
The CID ordinance and 2 other accompanying bills are also scheduled for a vote by the City Council tonight. The name of the retailer has not been officially released. Well, now Dustin Kopp is here with a look at our first forecast on 18 Eyewitness News. Dustin, what's in store for us?
Fred, right now temperatures are in the 30s and even a couple 40s out there. 38 right now in St. Louis, here in Farmington 38, as well as in Fredericktown 39 in Piedmont and Poplar Bluff, and Ironton right now at 41. This evening we're going to see temperatures fall back into the 30s with mostly cloudy skies. 37 by 7 p.m. as we move into the overnight hours into 9 p.m. 35 degrees, and 34 by midnight. Those southwest winds 5 to 10 are going to keep us in the wind chill factor of in the lower 30s and upper 20s. So your forecast for the morning bus stop: 33 degrees for your morning bus stop with mostly cloudy skies. More details on your forecast, even some colder air moving in. All those details coming up later in weather.
St. Francis County is starting the process to determine whether it should move to first-class status. Now, the first step is a public meeting this evening in the Commission chambers. Presiding Commissioner Dr. David Cramp says the purpose of the committee is to help county officials view the matter of first-class status from many standpoints. Dr. Cramp also hopes to dispel a number of misconceptions.
One, that planning and zoning is associated with becoming first class. That's a separate issue, a separate statute. Cape County doesn't have planning and zoning, for instance. Another issue is there's going to be an automatic increase in taxes. In the state of Missouri, it's illegal to increase taxes without a vote of the people. You can't do it. It has nothing to do with it. There's nothing in first class that even speaks to changing the tax structure.
There are additional meetings scheduled on the next 2 Thursdays to look at various aspects of a potential move to first-class status. Dr. Cramp doubts that if the county moves to first class, it will have any impact on most folks. However, he says there are some benefits.
Well, there's a big difference between the economic development opportunities, and how people will view your county if you're a first-class county or if you're a third-class county. Be quite honest with you, it doesn't change our revenue or anything. It's an internal thing within the operation of the county, but it does bring credence that St. Francis County is a progressive county.
Dr. Cramp expects commissioners will vote on the first-class status issue sometime in March. Southeast Missouri State University is offering grants to help people create new businesses in flood-battered areas. The almost $179,000 comes from SEMO's Douglas C. Green Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship and the Delta Regional Authority. The grant money will be used to offer 4 6-week classes in Piedmont, Cape Girardeau, Sikeston, and Charleston. Participants will learn basic skills needed to become small business owners and receive help analyzing the feasibility of their business ideas. Monies also will be available to allow participants to compete for small startup grants. And when we come back, the New Beginnings Support Group commemorates 10 years. That story is coming up next, only on 18 Eyewitness News. The New Beginnings Grief Support Group is commemorating their 10th anniversary with the publication of 10 Years of New Beginnings. Facilitator Kathy Grogan says the book was a group effort.
There's a number of people that have put their story in the book, so there was no one of us that had to be able to condense things and put them together. It's the experience of a lot of people, their struggle with grief, their survival of grief. The other thing is we don't want people to just survive, we want them to thrive.
Grogan and 5 of her co-authors will be signing copies of 10 Years of New Beginnings this Saturday from 11 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon at Oasis Christian Bookstore in downtown Farmington. Kathy says 4,000 people have gone through the support group over the past 10 years, and some come back to help others get through what they've gone through.
But we've seen beautiful things when people come together to support each other through a time like this. They cry together. They also laugh together. They understand what a lot of people don't understand. Some people would say, I think I'm losing my mind. I got up and poured him a cup of coffee, and he's been gone for 2 weeks. Well, when you've been doing that for 40 years, that's not quite so odd.
New Beginnings is a community-supported group. There is no cost to attend their meetings. Missouri Attorney General Chris Koster and State Representative Shelley Keeney are among the anticipated speakers at a highway dedication ceremony in Marble Hill. The event, set for Friday morning at 10, will celebrate the naming of the Olive Sherman McGee Memorial Highway on Route 34 in Marble Hill. The ceremony will be held at the Marble Hill United Methodist Church on Highway 34. Representative Keeney sponsored the legislation naming Highway 34 in Boldinger County from Glen Allen to the intersections of 34 and 51 in Marble Hill after McGee, the city marshal of Luttsville, and Deputy Sheriff Boldinger County. McGee was killed in the line of duty during a traffic stop back in 1971. A nephew of McGee, Bill Simmons, will also speak at the ceremony. When we come back, getting a grip on the arthritis epidemic. Don Arnold tells us why and what aging farmers could tell texting teenagers. That's coming up on today's Your Health segment. But Dustin Kopp is over in the 18 Eyewitness News Weather Center. He's checking out our storm tracker forecast. That's also coming up next here on 18 Eyewitness News.
And welcome back. As we head into Friday, it's going to be another cloudy day here in southeast Missouri, but the return of sunshine should be back for the weekend. However, on the weekend, it's going to be on the cold side. But Monday may bring us a chance of snow. Currently here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are in the upper 30s to lower 40s. 38 right now in Fredericktown, 39 in Marble Hill, 38 down in Cape Girardeau, Poplar Bluff right now at 39, 41, one of the warmer spots in Ironton. Factor in the wind, we do have a little bit of a wind chill right now. And temperatures there on the cold side for the wind chill. 33 right now here in Farmington, 35 in Fredericktown, right now in Piedmont, 39, 38 up in St. Louis, and Rolla right now at 36. Currently here at the station, we have a temperature of 39 degrees, but it feels like 33 right now because of that southwest wind at 6 miles per hour. We're under a mostly cloudy sky. Right now, current dew point at 27 with 64% humidity. As we head into your Friday, things are going to still continue to be cloudy. We got a cold front draped across central Missouri. That's going to be moving our way. That's going to bring us much, much colder weather and temperatures for your Saturday and Sunday. As we head into the overnight hours, lows tonight will be in the 30s, 32 for Ironton, 30 up in St. Louis, Piedmont, Ellington, Van Buren, Poplar Bluff. One of the colder spots at 31, and Marble Hill as well is going to be 31 for your overnight low. So tonight, 31 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, southwest wind 5 to 10. As we head into tomorrow, we'll see a high of 45. However, It's going to be mostly cloudy, southwest wind 5 to 10. As we head into the weekend, we're going to see temperatures in the 20s, 29 on Saturday with partly sunny skies, mostly sunny by Sunday with 32 for your overall high. On Monday, that's when the chance of some snow coming in with a high of 38, but warmer on Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies, 48 for your overall high. Wednesday, chance of showers with a high of 51. Wednesday night, we may see a mix of rain and snow moving in with that low of 37, but by Thursday, we should see a high of 49 with more showers in the area. That's Check Out Your Storm Tracker weather forecast. I'm Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. Fred, back to you.
Thanks, Dustin. Now Don Arnold is here on 18 Eyewitness News with tonight's Your Health segment.
By the time this report is over, about 5 more people will be diagnosed with arthritis. It happens more than 1 million times a year in this country. It's not just an aging baby boomers who are at risk. As Clark Powell shows, it's an effort to get a grip on arthritis. Doctors are reaching out to everyone from farmers to texters.
How have your joints been behaving?
Having shot up more than 30% in recent years, arthritis is poised to become one of the most pressing health issues in the new decade. Every 24 hours, there are nearly 2,800 new cases.
We're just screening for arthritis.
Hoping to slow those numbers down, researchers at Ohio State University Medical Center are reaching out to those at higher risk. And they're starting here on the farm. Partly because most farmers are older.
And also because of the nature of the work that they do. It's very strenuous work and very difficult sometimes on your joints.
So researchers here are launching a study to see if proactive measures can help. Things like adding more steps and handles to equipment, even stretching and exercising. Ideas that aren't lost on those who've been doing it a while.
If I just grab a hold of something and think, I'm tough, I'm going to move it, then my back's talking to me and it reminds me that I'm not as young as I used to be.
But it's not just those who are older who are at risk. In fact, half of all cases of arthritis are now in those under the age of 65, and increasingly involve younger patients who are overusing this particular joint, either typing or texting.
Who knows what we're going to be seeing 25, 30 years from now in kids who are doing this constant triggering with the thumbs as to are they going to develop thumb osteoarthritis prematurely? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case down the line.
For now, doctors are working with those they know who are at higher risk, but with an eye to the future, they're hoping that some of the proactive programs they develop on the farm could help cultivate healthier habits in others. At Ohio State University Medical Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
By 2030, experts predict 67 million Americans will have arthritis. Even more if younger people develop it from overuse of trends like typing and texting. To prevent problems later in life, doctors recommend stretching, exercising, and drinking plenty of water. As for typing and texting, they suggest using proper alignment and techniques, and taking breaks often to let your joints rest.
Coming up in today's Your Life segment, if you've turned to the internet to look for love, Money reporter Stacy Johnson says you look closer before you leap.
And coming up in sports, the Blues finished their 3-game road trip in New Jersey tonight. Adam Wainwright is looking forward to the Cardinals season, and the new assistant head coach for the Rams is a familiar face for head coach Jeff Fisher. These stories coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
This is 18 Eyewitness News, Sports.
The Blues wrap up their 3-game road trip tonight against the Devils in New Jersey, their second consecutive Eastern Conference opponent. The club is 10-0-2 this season against the East after defeating Ottawa 3-1 Tuesday. The Blues will be reunited with St. Louis native and former Blues enforcer Cam Janssen. Janssen played parts of 4 seasons with the Blues before signing with New Jersey as a free agent last summer. Approaching the anniversary of his elbow ligament transplant, Adam Wainwright is going to let his arm determine how much he can give the Cardinals this spring and this season. 16 months after finishing as runner-up to National League Cy Young Award winner Roy Halladay, and 3 years after finishing third in a controversial balloting to Tim Lincecum and teammate Chris Carpenter, Wainwright arguably represents the most significant addition within the National League Central. And once Jeff Fisher decided to get back into coaching in St. Louis, it was all but inevitable Dave McGinnis would follow. After Fisher left Tennessee and took a year off from coaching in 2011, McGinnis purposely signed a contract for only a year with the Titans. He wanted the flexibility to join Fisher if the opportunity arose in 2012. Now he's an assistant head coach for the Rams. McGinnis worked with Fisher for 7 seasons in Tennessee from 2004 to 2010, coaching linebackers for all 7 seasons and also serving as assistant head coach for 6 seasons. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with tonight's Your Life segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
I'm Stacey Johnson. Internet dating has exploded in popularity, but if this is the way you're looking for love, make sure you're not flirting with disaster. I'll explain just ahead on Money Talks News.
Finding that someone special can be quite of a task. Internet dating has taken off in the past few years, but so have scam artists preying upon the vulnerable. Money reporter Stacey Johnson shows you how to avoid a broken heart and a broken budget.
Meeting Mr. or Ms. Right is easy for some, not so for others. But one ever more popular way to try, looking for love online. But internet dating has its downsides.
I had a woman who had been out with someone once or twice, and I guess she got comfortable with that situation and agreed to, go to his home, and when she arrived there, he answered the door completely nude.
But hooking up with someone weird isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. Forget your heart, watch out for your wallet.
Because the object of your affection may be out to rip you off. A recent study in Britain found that nearly 200,000 people have been scammed this way, and so have plenty of Americans.
It's a simple scam. They just post a fake picture and details, then they start a hot romance with you via email. A few weeks go by, they ask you for money, maybe to come visit you, maybe they've got a medical problem, could be any number of things.
Yes, that cute girl you're flirting with is actually a man, a Nigerian con man. The same one who sends you emails wanting to give you millions of dollars. Fortunately, this type of fraud is relatively easy to prevent. Use reputable dating sites. If sparks do start flying, talk on the phone as soon as it's safe and then meet in person when you can. And don't ever, ever wire money to anyone.
Whether it's a single service or an internet site, there's nothing wrong with casting a wide net. Just be sure you don't get hooked by a scam artist. Want more information? I've got it waiting for you right here at moneytalksnews.com. I'm Stacey Johnson.
Stacey has more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to moneytalksnews.com. Dustin, I am ready for spring baseball.
Me too.
I can't hardly wait. Spring training will take place in Florida in 2 or 3 weeks?
Just a couple of weeks.
That's what I was thinking. What about the weather for the weekend up here? What are we looking like?
It's looking pretty chilly, a little bit of below normal for this time of year. We're going to see sunshine on the other hand, though. But we're going to see temperatures in the 20s and 30s for highs.
Any more 50s in the forecast in the near future?
Right now it's looking like around the normal temperature, of which is about 44 degrees. So I don't think anytime soon.
Well, we skirted by this long, so maybe, another 4 weeks, springtime will be here.
Yeah, it'll come soon before we know it.
Can't wait. Can't wait at all. That does it for our newscast tonight. Thank you for joining us. We'll be here tomorrow night with more at 6 o'clock. Until then, have a blessed evening, everyone. God bless you and your family, and good night.
Good night, everybody. Newswatch is next.